get some reaction now on the results from the National Professional Teachers Organisation of South Africa. Senior Executive at NAPTOSA, Hema Hariram, joins us now in studio. Thanks very much for coming in.
You're welcome.
What is your reaction to the matric results of 2018?
Well, at the outset, NAPTOSA is actually quite pleased. It was expected.
Yep.
NAPTOSA expected with all the interventions. And of course, with the NSC being stabilized and the CAPS curriculum now being more stable and being understood and implemented as intended, NAPTOSA views that as part of the reasons for the improved results. Of course, we can't discount the interventions that the schools have had included, as well as the interventions from the provinces, as well as national. So overall, that's contributed to the improvement.
So take us through some of these interventions that have surely contributed in a large way to the improvements that we have seen.
Well, there's been training for teachers in terms of especially the new subjects. You've heard that technical subjects were presented this year, 12 new subjects. So those were absolutely new subjects: technical maths, technical science, all the engineering subjects, technical and mechanical technology, etc. So these teachers needed support, as did the learners. So the support came from national and the province, and of course industry as well had contributed in areas where there was industry, so they assisted in getting the support. As far as the department is concerned, and the provinces, you had your camps, your winter camps, your summer camps. There was extended lesson times for learners. Teachers went out of the way to support the learners. So, and of course, without a doubt, the learners' efforts as well. Yeah.
I mean, if we had to think about where there still are some gaps, where we can see some improvements, what would NAPTOSA say those are?
Well, of course, there are gaps. It's quite evident because some of the provinces are still struggling, as you've seen from the results. So we are saying more needs to be done in terms of support, infrastructure, as we heard earlier. And I think for us, there's a lot of hype around the exit at matric level. And we believe we need to start at foundation phase, grade R, and focus on the foundation phase. And maybe start with reading, teaching learners and teachers how to teach reading for understanding, and also to ensure that basic numeracy is also taught. Maybe not just restricted to the foundation phase, but extended to the primary school. So every teacher almost is able to teach numeracy and literacy, because that's the core for understanding, as you go high up into the different grades. But also, we believe that we need to also focus in the middle, because when the students leave the foundation phase at grade 3, they go into intermediate phase, and then they're exposed to writing tests, and then then the examination. So there's lots of changes along the way. And we need to support learners and teachers accordingly. Then you have the other transition, the learners from primary school to high school. And I don't think, NAPTOSA doesn't think that much is being done in terms of that transition. We lose a lot of children when they get to high school for various reasons. So there is a lot, and we're quite appreciative as NAPTOSA for all that is being done. And surely we would like more to be done.
I mean, in terms of the support issue from the Department of Education and from government officials, that's one issue. But then the other issue also comes in the parents and the at-home role that there is to play when it comes to your child's education.
Of course. I mean, the ministry is always touting, the education ministry, that education is a societal issue, and we agree with it. In addition to the school, the parent community, the community supporting the schools actually need to come on board. But we also need to understand that in these communities, there are child-headed households. So we need to find a way of assisting these learners so that they are able to achieve as everybody else has achieved. So as society, we need to find ways to make those children productive citizens of the country. And NAPTOSA is of the view that we need to change the perception of how teachers are viewed, how schooling is viewed, how public schooling is viewed. There's a perception that public schooling is bad. And if you as teachers and leaders don't put your children in the public schools, then what are you saying? So we could start there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks very much for your time and coming into studio. Hema Hariram is from NAPTOSA, the National Professional Teachers Organisation of South Africa. We have come a long way, still a longer way to go.